Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the 49ers coming up next.
The final act of the 2023 season is at hand. What a spectacle in Las Vegas. We're off in Super Bowl 50. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. Boy, what a disastrous start to a Super Bowl. A fumble on the opening kickoff.
You don't expect a big momentum chance this early, partner, but we're going to get one right here.
They go play action with Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. We harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Purdy. Flushed out right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll throw on first down to Jackson, escaping the pressure right. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you...
Touchdown! Isaiah Likely, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Out of the gun, Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Play action. Now Jackson. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson rolling to his left. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Zay Flowers, 30 yards. And the Ravens are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Purdy on 3rd down, sliding out of the pocket. He's got his running back out of the backfield. There's the stiff arm. Still on his feet. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 71 yards. And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Purdy will throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 50. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Ravens ready to take over. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been let.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Purdy to throw it on first down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Touchdown 49ers! Jerron Jennings from 21 yards away. And the Niners are back within a score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the two, they don't get it. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with two PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time, they failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open.
This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Dumps it off to Edwards. Now 2nd and 9. Jackson now. The back foot throw there is incomplete.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Got to get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's going to be batted down. Raiders are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Forced out to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Purdy winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Final play of the half. Purdy steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
So we've come upon halftime.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
He'll buy some time right. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down, being chased out left.
Oh, an ill-advised throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball down.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Fighting his way through contact.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Purdy bootlegging it.
They'll roll him out right. Got him that right side. It's McCaffrey.
And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
They'll try and throw for it. Flush to his right. And no, it falls is incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
Well, they went for the lead there, and remember, that's the second two-point try they haven't converted on. So those 2 extra points, if they had those, they'd be winning.
And I think the reason they're going for it here is that they were unsuccessful the first time. So when you miss the first time, you're now in a position where you're chasing points. And in this case, it didn't work out well for them at all.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 40 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Back to throw, Purdy. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson rolling to his right. And this one is incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ballgame. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action now. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Here's Purdy to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here now, 2nd and 10 from the 13. To throw is Purdy. Flush to his right. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk from 13 yards out. And the Niners have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. One more hurdle here. They need the 2-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. It's caught at the 1. And he is in. And the Super Bowl is tied. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the O team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Setting up to be a finish for the ages here. All tied in the final minutes of the Super Bowl as the kick is away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical third down here. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's brought down, but boy, they needed that. Out across the 35-yard line. Nice play.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss, you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Now Purdy over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Play action. Now Purdy.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Purdy from the gun.
Dancing to his left. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? Anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it
find here in overtime. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, no one wants to see that drop, but I'll guarantee he's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Purdy.
Steps away. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
And, Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime of the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And finally taken down at the 15.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This offense seeing their dreams in danger. They trail by 8 here in overtime. They've got to score, and they've got to do it before the end of the period. It's second down.
This is caught. Touchdown!
CD, so they get the touchdown, but that's only half the battle. To keep playing now, they need to convert this two-point try.
And you know that while that drive was occurring, there was debate about what would be the two-point play because they had to have it in order to try and tie this game up again.
Throwing, Jackson.
And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Niners set to take over on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
1 or 2 more big plays could get him in position for a game-winning field goal. Here's first and 10 now.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Purdy to throw. Out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing, Purdy. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. One overtime, how about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Well, if you like drama, especially in the biggest of all games, we are back for the second overtime now in the Super Bowl. Thought we might see the field goal unit on third down, but the offense still out there. Purdy now to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Purdy to throw it on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Well, it's not very often, Charles, that you and I get to see a fourth drive in overtime, but buckle up because here we go, partner.
Well, my first thought is that apparently no one wants to win this thing, and now I'm correcting myself. I know they both want to win it, but they've gone at it so hard. Who can focus long enough to make the proper play to win this game?
Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's brought down from just outside of field goal range. 3 points, all that's needed. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That's going deep for Bateman. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Man, what a battle. I mean, what a game this has turned out to be, Charles, as we're going to have now a 5th drive here in overtime.
I don't know how they're doing it out there because the focus, the concentration, that has to stay as high as...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll roll him out right. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because what...
And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And that'll be incomplete, but remember, a crazy situation here you don't see often. Not 4th down yet, so they will keep possession. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius by doing...
And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And this is caught. And they were right in that gray area, on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been.
And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And it's incomplete. That's one of the strangest play calls you'll ever see. But they'll get it back at second down.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big... Oh, that's caught! Touchdown!